Guys, it's Noah from Search Notify here, and I'm back again today with another winning trade breakdown on euro dollar. This one achieved a 1 to 2.5 risk to reward. So this is your very bog standard trade that members are able to enter into and profit off of on a week to week basis, ensuring very sustainable profits throughout the month, securing them payouts on their funded accounts as well as also profits on their personal accounts. So let's dive right in. First things first, obviously we're back to the boring stuff. Forex Factory. This trade occurred on Tuesday, the 16th of July, and what we can see here is we have core retail sales and retail sales for US news. These are tradable events. What you see with events like this, where the economic data that actually comes out, it doesn't have much of an impact upon currencies. However, it normally offers you quite a nice manipulation move down in the market for you to then enter on the distribution side of the curve of the buy model. So we'll dive right in. We've got obviously Tuesday. First things first, we need liquidity. We've got low of Monday, high of Monday, and what we'll do, we'll come on to the hourly and then we'll break this down really. So we're starting off, Tuesday starts there, and what we can see is we have a lot of accumulation here. If you follow the AMD principle, accumulation here at 8 o'clock, which is where we had our core retail sales, we get a manipulation move down into the previous daily low. So that's my liquidity taken there. We can get rid of the highs, no longer needed. And what we are going to be looking at from this point is, number one, a place for us to take profits, and I'm already like what I see here in terms of the high, because once the second hour forms, you'll see it turns into a swing high, as well as it also being a swing high that has taken out liquidity. So look, this is a good target for us here, as what we want to be doing is we want to be making use of the reversal back after the news manipulation move. So what we'll do, we'll go down onto the 15-minute time frame and enter into our entry model routine. So what I'm looking at from here is I'm looking at a reversal. So I want to see an order block flip, inverse fair value gap, the whole range. So what we've obviously got going on down here is an order block, and if we see this flip, then this is a good sign for me for us to go long. Obviously what we see here, this is still our order block because this was an up close candle, and if you remember from the last video, you want to be using the order blocks like this as the lowest down close candle and then the highest up close candle before we go down. So once we see a flip above, so a close above this order block level, which we get just here, that's a sign for me to go long. This is where members got notified saying enter this position for a 1 to 2.55 risk to reward. And once this is done, very simple, we just let the trade play out, and as you can see, once again ran up quite nicely overnight, and then we hit our final take profit point, and that's very nice bog standard trade for us. Once again, I want to talk over another topic which is shown in a good example here. Firstly, we spoke about spreads last week, where you want to be on a broker that has good spreads and doesn't tap you out. If you get tapped out of the position here when you are pretty much, I'd say, 2 full pips away, that is criminal, right? If any broker is tapping you out here, change them. Don't use them, because that is awful. And secondly, the main thing I want to talk about is psychology behind a trade. So in this trade here, you know, we went down a good amount here. If you were risk 1% on a 100k funded account, you would be down probably around $700-800 here. And you know, at this point, a lot of people might say, oh, he's doing it wrong, there's a massive fair value gap here that we've tapped up into and then come down. And this is where psychologically you need to, one, be accepting the potential loss every trade you enter. And what I mean by that is, once you enter into the trade, you need to think about that money as already being gone, right? You've already lost, and if you can be psychologically okay with that, then you will be be emotionally unaffected when we have periods of drawdown or also periods of profits. Either way, you're not going to get worked up because you haven't over-risked, you haven't over-leveraged, and you know that over the long run, even if this was a loss here, the next trade might be a win. Or even if that's a loss, the next trade could be a win, right? And overall, you have to trust that our systems as traders inside Surge that we've developed are robust and bulletproof, that in the long run, you will make a profit as long as you risk manage correctly, right? So this is where you really need to do the saying, which I quite like, which is set and forget, right? And what I mean by that is you set your limit once we close above here, and then you completely forget about the position. And what you're going to end up with is either that money lost or money gained, right? And also what I'd like to speak about is risk to reward. So the last trade last week was a 1 to 8.5 risk to reward. That means that winning trade covers us for the next 8 losing trades, right? As in, we are currently positive 8.5% on your portfolio. That means we could lose 8 trades in a row if we risk 1% per trade, and we'd still be in profit, right? We'd be up 0.5%. Obviously, in this situation, we had an 8.5 risk to reward win, and then a 2.5 risk to reward win. And, you know, that's giving us 11 RR in the space of 2 weeks, which is absolutely insane for the month. You know, if you're running a 100k funded account, that's almost 9-10 grand after the profit split that you can withdraw in the space of 2 weeks. And, you know, people have funding, you can get funding up to $1 million. So, you know, this is the potential where if you utilize prop firms, or even if you're on a personal account and you risk a decent amount because you don't have the daily loss limits and all of that jazz, this is the potential that you can profit off of trading, but you need to have robust risk management. What I'll be doing inside Surge over the next few weeks is a risk management webinar showing members and speaking to members about how to manage risk correctly, as well as how to maximize your profits in the long run by using risk management. So if this is a time where you're thinking, right, I want to get better at my trading, I want to grow as a trader, the opportunity is there, and I look forward to seeing you inside Surge. I hope you enjoyed this trade breakdown. This is a very, very average trade that you're going to receive inside Surge, from me especially, where the RR isn't huge, but it's enough for you to be profitable and to make a lot of money if you know how to leverage prop firms correctly, as well as also leveraging your personal accounts. Thank you all for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next few videos. Thank you very much.